guys? It's Benny. The greatest outfit ever worn to the White House by a rock star is clearly Elvis Presley in his giant golden Elvis belt and style with the popped collar and everything, meeting Richard Nixon, actually getting deputized to fight the drug war. Ironic there, because Elvis is clearly strung out of his effing mind. Until today, of course, ladies and gentlemen, the greatest outfit now worn at the White House by a rock star. Elvis has been displaced by Kid Rock. This is clearly the best outfit ever worn by a rock star at the White House. It's over. It's over. Look at the rings. Check it out. Look at the stitching here. They just don't make them like they used to. This is Kid Rock. Donald Trump signing an executive order with music licensing and ticket sales, scalping, so on and so forth. Anyway, Kid Rock getting an executive order signed in the White House, dressing like Evel Knievel, or so it was said. Peter Doocy, Fox News, quoting.
Did Biden do news conferences like this, Peter? I don't think
no.
so.
He was never standing next to somebody who looked like they were about to be shot out of a cannon.
Wouldn't have worked out.
It's a good line. Good line. I'm not sure if he had that planned or what, but the White House was hyping it up. There you go. Kid Rock and Trump at the White House signing the executive order. Photo of Kid Rock there with the guitar. And I guess Kid Rock gave Trump a giant golden gun. That's freaking great. Okay, cool. Not sure how he got that one past Secret Service. Ladies and gentlemen, there was certainly an unwanted guest. You probably wouldn't want any guns in the room. When Bill Maher showed up at the White House last night, Bill Maher, obviously a very famous, outspoken leftist who hates Donald Trump, has called him every bad, naughty name in the book. Donald Trump did bring protection. He brought Dana White. Here's Dana White standing in the Oval Office while Kid Rock and Donald Trump were doing the press conference there. Dana White, Bill Maher, and Kid Rock having dinner at the White House. Amazing times. So what do we know about this dinner? We don't have any photos, don't have any video, but we do have some very interesting tidbits, including some of the musical accompaniment of the dinner. Kid Rock playing Franklin Delano Roosevelt's Steinway grand piano, which is over 100 years old. Dinner was set up by Kid Rock, who says he wants to bring the country together. And I find it particularly interesting because one of the loudest names to predict Donald Trump's return to the White House was Bill Maher. I'm not saying Bill Maher likes Donald Trump. Bill Maher clearly hates Donald Trump. We'll get into that in just a second. But Bill Maher was the largest voice on the record saying Trump's coming back to the White House. Joe Biden, Democrats will lose.
The person who can go, yeah, but this is the case. And I've said it before. Do I think Joe Biden can do the job? Absolutely.
Yes.
I don't think he can win the job. And that's what I care about. He's going to lose because the people think he's too old. And perception is reality.
So Bill Maher saying what is absolutely demonstrably true there, that Joe Biden is going to lose because everybody in America hates him. Bill Maher suggests he might end his show over the return of Trump. I'm shitting my pants right now, as Bill Maher has said. Although he did say he's not going to go nuts again. I'm not going to lose my nervous system over Trump again. If he ends the world, it's going to end the world. I'm not going to go effing nuts if he wins another term. I just can't, he tells Jerry Seinfeld. Bill Maher, of course, has regularly and often criticized President Trump, but has also been one of those guys that criticizes his own side, saying that he hates and cannot stand wokeness with regularity, sort of hates the fact that his own party has been hijacked.
Woke, they would like to think they're an extension of liberalism. I'm an old school liberal. They're not. It's very often the opposite. And they think they're going so far in the right direction, and it actually turns out that they're in the wrong direction, and they've actually reversed it, because most of the countries in Europe now, England, the Scandinavian countries, the ones we used to always be able to say, well, look what the liberal countries are doing. They're all reversed themselves on this. They don't do the puberty blockers anymore. They don't do this stuff because of studies like this. And America is just doubling down on this stuff. So we are the outlier country on this stuff. And look, there's always a sensible middle ground.
So a sensible middle ground seems to be the reason why Kid Rock invited Bill Maher to the White House. And Bill Maher said yes. Bill Maher was met with this. When the elevator doors opened, this was what was waiting for you. What would you do in that situation? So Kid Rock has explained what happened at this dinner. And why he invited Bill Maher and what happened next. Donald Trump's dinner with comedian and critic Bill Maher could not have been better, Kid Rock claims. Kid Rock organized a meeting between President Trump and his liberal critic in an effort to have a little civility in the country and to bring people together. The dinner was attended by Kid Rock, who also appeared in the Oval Office as Trump signed ticket-scalping executive order, UFC CEO Dana White. Everyone was so surprised and pleased, and the president was so gracious. He took us up to the private residence. We saw the Gettysburg Address in the Lincoln bedroom. Kid Rock, whose real name is James Ritchie, said that he was surprised that Maher had never received a White House tour, despite donating millions to Democrat politicians. I was like, how about this? President Trump, extending an olive branch. We talked about things we had in common, wokeness, securing the border. He continued. The president was asking him what he thought about policy, what's going on with Iran and Israel and things. So Donald Trump's getting policy advice from Bill Maher. It blew my mind. I was very, very proud, said Kid Rock. Trump and Maher's beef go back more than a decade. In 2013, Trump sued Bill Maher for $5 billion after the comedian said on The Tonight Show that the only thing in nature to match Trump's hair was the fur of an orangutan. The politically correct real-time host offered $5 million to the charity of Trump's choice, which he said would be the Hair Club for Men, if Trump was able to produce a birth certificate showing he wasn't half ape. All right. We used to be able to laugh in this country. Here's Kid Rock explaining this dinner.
What happened from start to finish in 30 seconds?
In 30 seconds, I went on Bill's show, I went on his podcast, and I said, man, nothing happens if people don't break bread together and meet face to face. He's been one of the president's hardest critics, and we came to dinner, me, Bill, Dana White, and it could not have been better. Everyone was so surprised, so pleasant. The most shocking thing to me was, Bill's obviously a very big liberal, been very hard on the president, but he's donated a lot of money to other politicians. You've had Biden, Clinton, Obama, everybody. He had never been to the White House, and the president was so gracious. He took us up to the private residence. We saw the Gettysburg Address in the Lincoln bedroom, and I was like, you've never been here, Bill? And I was like, how about this? President Trump, extending this olive branch, and we talked about things we had in common, ending wokeness, securing the border. The president was asking him what he thought about policy, going on with Iran and Israel and things. It just meant it blew my mind. It was right. I was very, very proud.
Some more details here.
100%. Me and Dana both said there's never been that's ever met the president in any scenario that's walked away without saying wow, what a great guy. He's so funny, so engaging. He's so smart. And absolutely, Bill even said to me, after that, he goes, wow, that was, everybody's mind was kind of blown. Even the president's, I think, because the president called me late night last night, and, everyone was a little suspect about going into this. And even the president kind of alerted to me a little bit what do you got me doing? Right. And I go, man, we're just trying to show people that, even though we've been pretty hard on each other, that when you get face to face, maybe we could have a little more civility in this country and try to bring people together. And that was my whole intention.
Bill Maher, brought to the table by Kid Rock, who's the #1 diplomat for the MAGA movement. What a timeline. Some people are going to stream, and, I might be one of them, that there should be other people who defended President Trump and who actually made this all possible, invited to the White House. But here's what I would say. And I agree, I understand that sentiment, right? And I totally get it. There's a bunch of people that really fought for Trump against people like Bill Maher, who didn't get invitations to have dinner at the White House. And again, I totally get that. I just want to establish something. We're at war, and to win a war, you must take from your enemy. You must take from them. To destroy them, you must take from them. If you're fighting a cage match, Dana White was there in the room. If you're fighting a battle on a battlefield, it's not enough to just march forward. You have to diminish your enemy. And by doing that, you must steal from them. You must cripple them. You have to take from them. Someone's winning, someone's losing. Someone's losing ground. Someone's getting their ass handed to them. And that only happens if you are removing your advantages, the advantages from your enemy. By burning them down, by storming the ramparts, or by taking some of their weapons. And that's what Bill Maher is. He's a weapon for the left. And what President Trump's doing here is taking a weapon from the left. Devenomizing, deconstruct, seeing an opportunity to deconstruct for a guy who regularly criticizes the Democrat Party and criticizes wokeness, to deconstruct this. And on that level, it's very smart. We'll see what happens, right? See what comes next. Stay tuned. It's your boy Benny. Like, share, and subscribe. See ya.